All right. We're not going to waste too much time. We're going to get right on into it. Now, earlier today, I was watching Contractor's video, and it kind of inspired me to make this video because I think that this right here needs an expansion pack on it. Because he talked about many of the things that a lot of us probably said to some of the people in our circle along the way. We've all said something similar, but never before have we been able to put it to words and put it on YouTube and make it and really try to make it mainstream. And the brother's on his way by doing so. So pardon the long intro. I had to start it back over. I wasn't exactly set, but here we go. So similar to what he's talking about going dark. And my interpretation of what he means by going dark is not telling anybody any of your plans. I don't care if it's friends, family, your closest relatives, your best friend. I don't give a fuck. You don't tell these people anything. You don't tell them nothing. Because one thing that has waned over the years is the loyalty and cooperation of the people around you. Like if you're in it, you're 10 toes down, and you're in it, you don't have to worry about this. But what we've learned over the years is that it doesn't mean as much as it used to. Because even your own brother, your own flesh and blood, somebody you grew up in the house with, will turn on you and tell your deepest dark secrets to your enemies and not even realize it. And then when you confront them about it and you talk to them about it and like, look, bro, you got to be careful what you say. When people are asking questions about me, don't say anything. You always have to be on guard, especially if I know you personally. I'm always on guard. When somebody asks me a question, like, look, man, I can't comment on that. The person is not here. That's the best way to solve it. I don't give a damn how much I've invested in the stock market, real estate, whatever. You don't open your mouth and say nothing, especially if we're in business together. So I have to tell you some personal stories. I'm going to try to omit some of the details as much as possible about why you go dark and why you don't tell people all your business. But before I begin, let me hit this drop.
You are now listening to the No News Podcast. Weapons free. Mainly force authorized.
Welcome to the No News Podcast. And
How you doing, Big
How you
Daddy?
doing, Big Daddy?
Here we go. So before I dive into the story, I gotta kind of preface this by saying that I'm not anti-family. I'm not anti-friend, frenemy, whatever. I like to keep my enemies close and my friends close and enemies even closer. But it's funny how some of your worst enemies can become your friends, just like that. Because you understand the objectives of your enemy. They're here to stop you no matter what. Your friends say they support you, but end up turning around, and some of these guys end up becoming enemies. I think an enemy that becomes a friend is better than a friend that becomes an enemy, because that person knows the inner workings of how you think, and they've gotten close to you. They have some damaging information who could really harm you in the way. Your enemies, not so much, not as prominent. And I happen to run across some things that happened in my life to where I'm still paying for it. It's why in all honesty, in the comment section of one of AC's videos, I gave the hashtag Keisha Free, and I made this comment thread saying that, hey, tell the brothers how long you've been Keisha Free. Now remember that this comes in a little later, but remember that. Put a pin in that. So when you got friends, family, acquaintances, or whatever, and they know your personal business, like, before I used to be an open book, like, hey, trying to help people around me with certain things and try to help push them forward as I'm moving forward, only for it to blow up in my goddamn face. See, a lot of these people weren't invested or vested in anything that I was doing. So when it came to time to implement all these things, they were nowhere to be found. They had taken information that I had slaved over and garnered from other people and other sources, and I had done my own research, and they were gone. Only to use or not use that information and make you look like a fool down the road. Or when shit really hits the fan, now they got some more ammo, some more gas cans to toss on the fire. And like I said in the beginning, that's to include your very own blood. Why me and my brother have fallen out completely. As a big brother, you're let me sidestep for a second. As a big brother, I always thought my job was to be my brother's keeper. I always look out for him. We didn't really have a prominent male father figure, so I did the best that I could. When mom was out working her two jobs, I was tasked with taking care of him and stuff like that, only for this little snot-nosed asshole to benefit. See, he got everything. Like, he got brand new shoes, clothes, whatever. She treated him like a fucking baby. But when she wasn't home, I was tasked with preparing his meals, make sure he got off to school before I went to school, got up early enough to get us both out the door, make sure he got dressed, brush his teeth, grab something, or if we got to school early enough, we got breakfast, right? All these things I did for this little asshole, only for this person to become my enemy later on in life, and I'll get more on that later. But these are the things that you're tasked with doing and dealing with as a responsible man. You get all the lessons, how to be responsible, raise a household, cook, clean, this, that, and the third. But then some of us are some are left by the wayside. So basically what I'm telling you is a tale of two different types of men raised in the same household, where one was coddled and the other one was taught and made responsible. I'll let you guess which one I am. I mean, this all goes without saying. I end up turning out better than my other half, and yet the other half has become the hurdle later on in life, who is still messing with a lot of the business and stuff that I do. As a once married man for 16 years, I probably could have picked better. And yet this person has come back to haunt me. It's like I'm finding out now that there are more credit cards in my name. Stuff like, when you look at your credit report, sometimes it doesn't list everything, but I'm starting to see some past history, some hidden stuff. Like back when I was deployed back in 2012, it's still coming back to haunt me. Cause when I'm trying to buy a house and they're looking beyond some of the things that I've done, and I'm noticing that there's some forgeries going on here. Some of this stuff happened back in 2012, but I'm noticing that some of the power of attorneys that I had given while I was deployed, special power of attorney, have been altered to include events that have happened recently, meaning somebody has been taking out credit in my name, pretending to be me, presenting this old ass power of attorney to come back and haunt you. This is why you go dark. Why you don't let anybody have access to your information, why you move behind the scenes. Now, I was married to this person, and I probably should have kept a lot more from this person just to not end up paying for it in the end. So now that I'm trying to purchase my own property with my current wife, now that we're trying to buy our home, this bitch and all the stuff that she's done in the past keeps coming back. It's been more than 7 years, but what we have learned is that this person is still, and I'm gonna try to find a way to put this bitch in handcuffs. That this person, it will salute Rich Turner, that this person is still trying to affect my life going forward. So this is why I'm talking about what the contractor has said about going dark, keeping people out of your business, hold your cards close to your chest, basically. That one bad move, one bad relationship is going to follow you for a long time. Now, I haven't been with this person since 2016. It's been 8 years, over 8 years. And yet the things that she did, even though I divorced her in 2019, are still coming back and resurfacing now that I'm trying to buy property. That's why brothers out here need to stay dark. Don't let anybody know your plans. Like, it's okay to come to this space and bounce ideas off of people. It's okay to come to this space to ask for advice, but make sure you keep it to yourself. I don't even trust my own brother anymore because when I was going through what I was going through, his ass was up here like the 5 o'clock news reporting back to the other side of everything that I was doing. He had no reason for that. Absolutely none. Other than that, he wanted to see us together and prosper. But it's different when you got one person trying and the other person not, or the other person taking and taking and taking from whatever you're trying to do, sabotaging every business move that you're trying to do, which is what was happening. So you can't have people like that around you, which is why I like this space. So, because when I find people who don't align with my interests, I just move on. I don't say anything. I just keep it moving. I have more faith in people like Rich Turner in this space than I do my own family or friends that I've come across in recent years. With the exception of some of the guys I served with in the military, I can call them today and they would do stuff for me because that's how tight we were. And it's sad that you can't be that way with your own family. Wild, right? So I wanted to come on here and talk about that and expand on what he was saying. Because how we thrive in this space depends on the relationships you keep with the people in this space. I wouldn't put too much stake into people you don't know across the internet, not give them personal information and stuff like that. But the advice they give you, all the advice that I've received in this space has helped me more than hurt me. I don't think I've ever come across a bad piece of advice in this space. This space, the red pill space, the men first space. I don't think I've ever come across a bad piece of information, but I've seen a whole lot of information on the other side. So when you get a chance, please go back to Contractor's video when he's talking about going dark. Watch that video in its entirety and really listen to what he's saying. And then come back over here because this right here is the expansion pack. One of my goals with my channel is to tell you the mistakes that I've made in hopes that you don't repeat them. I haven't dropped any names. I did say my brother personally, because that my actual blood brother was reporting on my ass. He's one of the reasons why my child support is so high. Why these people were coming after me so hard, because he was the main one. Instead of looking out for me, it had nothing to do with his nieces and nephews. Had nothing to do with that. Hey, salute to you, Machismo TV. Thank you for dropping by, man. I appreciate it. But nothing he told them had anything to do with his nieces and nephew. Hell, this dude don't give a shit about his own 2 kids back in Maryland. We're originally from Baltimore, Maryland. Hadn't seen them kids forever, but he's up here giving up the game and everything that I'm doing and trying to do to the other side, to my opposition. So when I got the child support court, I was hearing stuff that I had told him personally come out of that bitch's mouth in front of a judge. This is why you got to go dark. It's okay to give advice, to let people in on what's happening here and now. Kind of like what Theo Waff does. He vets you heavily, makes you go through this course. He tells you that this is what you could possibly do, but unless you put some skin in the game, you're never going to find out the real information about how this goes. But yeah, we got people all over this space. We got people in our personal lives who are sabotaging you like crabs in a fucking bucket. Which was going to be a video that I was going to do, last week, but I kind of didn't get around to it. But I believe in what Contractor said. Going dark is the best policy. Come out here, view the brothers on Machismo TV, Salty, Rents Turner, Theo Waff, Obsidian, all these other view their content, but let no one know exactly what you're doing. Hell, even throw them a curve. If you want to test people loyalty, throw them a curveball. Throw them some shit that you're thinking about doing and see if it comes out on the other side. Because you hear it come out on the other side, yep. If you hear the information that you're putting out come out on the other side, you know who where the leaks are. But yeah, like I was just sitting there listening to Contractor's video, like it really hit me, because I was sitting there talking to my real estate agent. I'm trying to buy a huge property. I could tell y'all, because nobody really knows who I am for real. But I was trying to buy a huge property. Huge property. I'm talking about acreage on it. And I'm learning that there were some mispayments on my credit, which doesn't happen. And I don't really check my credit as often as I should, but when it came time to get down to everything, to the meat and potatoes, and really divulge all the information, sign your paperwork or whatever, I'm finding out there's stuff still on there. Now, I have locked my credit before. I normally keep it locked down, but as I'm going through this process, you unlock it, come to find out, they say somebody called on, a month or 2 ago. I'm like, I wasn't even in the process a month ago. So you got people out here playing games, ex-wife playing games with folks she know, and still trying to put stuff on my under my credit, right? Funny part is, I don't tell anybody anything. I stopped telling my younger brother stuff maybe a year or 2 ago. Actually, like 4 years ago, rather. And yet you're still receiving the residual effects of having too many people in your business, people you trusted, people you would call brother, stabbing you in the back, right? So again, going dark is probably the best policy. And I even left a comment. I really appreciate Contractor for letting us know this. Like, I said the same thing in a video when I talked about what you should do as far as your political beliefs and who you're voting for, yeah, you can come on the internet, as long as you ain't got you showing your face and you got an avatar, tell us all day long who you're voting for. Defend yourself, do whatever, say whatever you want, as long as you're anonymous on this internet. No shade, whatever. I don't care if you vote for Kamala at this point. I'm not going to bash you for it. I'm going to talk shit about her policies, but I'm not going to come at you about it. But it's funny how this works out when it comes to family. When they know, they damn near disown you. I said a lot of shit in the last election. I haven't talked to any of those family members since. But yet, that's the same type of thing you're dealing with when it comes to your personal life, things you're trying to do to prosper, past relationships. They always come back to haunt you as long as you're not keeping people in the dark. And I'm pleading with the brothers here in this space. The best piece of advice I can give you is that you gather all this information that we put out in this space and you hold your cards as close as possible to your chest. You don't have to tell people what you're doing. I don't care how much they poke, pry. I don't care if it's a romantic interest. You don't let Keisha know nothing, because what I'm dealing with is fallout from a damn Keisha. She has manipulated a lot of the people around us to continue to further fuck up my business plans. I'm talking about I was going to do a bunch of shit. I mean, it's still going to happen, but I'm slowly locking down and figuring a few things out. And then as I was like sitting in the car, I was pissed off. My wife called me. I was pissed off, and I started thinking, like, let me turn on YouTube on the way home, and I saw a Contractor's video. That shit was dope. Hey, thanks, Machismo. I appreciate it. That shit was dope because it hit home. This is the genuine content that you're going to get out of this space. Whether you join the brothers matter of fact, hit the brothers for the replay. This past Sunday night was a good one, was a great one. Make sure you stop by Tito's channel. Make sure you stop by Saul's channel, Machismo, Wrench Turner. A lot of good information out there. No judgment here. There's a lot of people who are way ahead of me. There's certain areas I can be the expert in. But yeah, make sure you keep your plans to yourself. Keep your plans to yourself. And I hope, shout out to Salute the Contractor. Please do another one of these videos. I've been watching lately. I haven't commented on a lot of them, but I've been watching all the videos you've been dropping lately. And that's the one you I want to say was today that you dropped. Was it today? I think that was today. That really hit close to home. It really did. Because no sooner did I watch it, I'm getting the call from the damn real estate person, and I'm just like, damn. I guess everything happens for a reason. God got a plan, and I'm learning, man. I'm learning. Who can you trust? Who to deal with? I'm more confident in dealing with the brothers I collaborate with, and I've tried to share information with. I'm more confident in those people than people in real life. It's just insane. And I still owe y'all one more thing. I owe you Divert and Hate Volume 4. As soon as I can scoop it up, I'm sending that out to everybody. I'm probably going to do a short live stream on that, but I'm going to give it up to the brothers who have the better vocabulary, who can better break this down, and who can really dive into it. Because according to their website, this is the fourth and final installment. I'm guessing they got caught and the money that ran out, so now they got to do something different. So this is the fourth and final installment. We got to look for more NGOs on the Divert and Hate front, because I'm pretty sure they're going to change and morph into something else. And that's it, man. I just want to come on here, man, and drop that. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Contractor, Saul T, Machismo TV, Wrench Turner. Salute to all the brothers in the space. Thank you for all the support. I'm going to try to do more and more, but in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be moving off the West Coast back to the East Coast. So it's gonna be a little sporadic as I drop live streams. I'm still waiting on this property deal to come through. And once that comes through, I will let you know how that goes. I'm gonna show pictures, videos, and everything like that. 'Cause I've been working, like I said, I've been working in the background and working behind the scenes to try to give brothers information. And when I get this deal done, it's gonna be epic, man. I appreciate y'all, and I'm out, man. Peace. See y'all next week.